Hi, this is Hashim Francis, the leadership consultant for the Cash Only Productions organization. I'm currently in the studio with the creator of the Cash Only theme song, Mr. Surreal. How you doing today, sir?
I'm blessed, bro. It's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you creating such a phenomenal song. We're getting so much request for it, but we thought it was right. It was only right that we sit down and go over some principles with the people, because you are a CEO of your own record label, commission affiliate. But what it feels like to be debt-free and a business owner.
Man, it feels great. There's a peace that comes with it.
Absolutely.
You know, and I give God all the glory for it. He recently taught me, I came into some knowledge on how to handle my finances and be a steward of my finances in my personal life.
Absolutely.
And then being a CEO, definitely transition over to the business aspect. So it's a great feeling, bro. It's a freedom that comes with it.
Did you have a debt freedom party?
I had a debt freedom party. I'd call family and just kind of, just within myself, just thankful and grateful and just thank God for it and in the life, and helping as many people as I can.
Absolutely. Now you created up to 5 albums currently, correct?
Preparing to release the 5th album.
5th album
Yes,
coming
sir.
out, and being a CEO, created 5 albums. Most people when they start out in business, they think it takes a lot, that they have to come up with such an elaborate scheme of money in order to do something in the music industry. You see so many people get themselves in debt and purchasing all this equipment and just overextending themselves. But creating 5 albums and putting the work in, because you do work, correctly?
Night and day.
Did you become a millionaire overnight over the first album?
No, not at all. It takes diligence, my man.
All right.
It takes diligence. And for everybody that's listening, the Bible, everything I do is very much biblically based and faith-based. The Bible says in Proverbs 21:5 that the plans of the diligent lead surely to plenty. A lot of people just want to get rich quick, and it's not about that. It's about doing something you love and being diligent, and over time success will come.
Absolutely. In the Cash Only organization, we believe in building wealth, and you being a great man of God, I'm being a great man of God, and the organization, my leaders within the Cash Only Productions organization, being true believers as well. And talking about wealth, wealth is not it's a touchy subject in certain environments.
Yeah.
And you being a man of God, a heavy believer, and also a major piece in your church organization. What is it like when people hear that you may create a song about wealth?
Well, there's definitely mixed reactions, because I think with the church in itself, you have extremes. You have those that think that those who believe in God, we're supposed to be poor and broke all our lives and not have anything, and that he's against having and prosperity. And then you got those that feel like we're supposed to just prosper and we're only blessed when we have material things.
No.
So it has to be a balance and a godly balance, but it's all about relationship. It just depends on who you're talking to. But definitely in the church, it definitely is a sensitive subject.
It's not just in the church, in the world.
In the world, period.
Yeah, it's very sensitive.
You're right.
That you have the have and the haves-nots.
Yeah.
But with the book, with Cash Only Production, that's the mission of the company, to help 1 million families earn financial freedom. And we're doing it one family at a time. And, with your testimony and your success that you're having with your company being a business owner, I think is great. I want you to do something for the man that's up and coming, or the woman that's up and coming in the music industry. What advice would you give them in order to stay that path, to know that they can do this without getting in so much debt, that they can have that creative ability without the stress and strains of debt beating them down?
Absolutely.
What advice would you give them?
Absolutely. The number one advice I would tell them is to have a plan. We just mentioned earlier that I'm preparing to release my 5th album. But for 4 albums, I didn't even have a business plan.
Wow.
It was just kind of doing music, cultivating the gift. But when that 5th album was preparing to release, something hit me. You got to have a plan. You can't continue to do the same thing over and over and expect different results. And I think a lot of musicians and people that aspire to do music, they just do it, without having a plan. But when you have a plan, write it down. There's something about writing it down. It stays in your mind. You have to get it done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That plan is phenomenal. So that's the first thing, having that plan.
Having a plan.
Once they got the plan, what is the next step?
Once you have a plan, you look at it and you prioritize, and then you have to put it in. You have to implement it. You can't just write it down and say, "Oh, I have a plan," and let it go. You have to implement it. Look at your strategy, and you know what? Prepare to make some adjustments.
Okay, so you got the plan. Then you gotta look over it, strategize, take some action.
Take some action.
After you take some action, what's the third step?
You know what? The third step is continuing on. You know, so as you take action, sometimes you're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes, but not staying in those failures. Recognizing that you know success is just a bunch of failures put together, but without stop, you never stop.
Wow.
You just never stop. You're gonna have failures along the line, but that's why you're successful, because you continue to press through those failures.
So you learn from those failures. You don't just sit back and dwell on it and say, hey, this is my first album. I haven't made $1 million off my first album. I'm not on any of the big record labels or big stations, but I'm very appreciative for what you're doing, and I actually had an opportunity to see your business plan. So it is written. He's actually doing it and talking, and not just talking, but actually living it, which is a great thing. But I'm very grateful to see what you're doing in the direction that you're headed in with your business and the mindset. We just had a conversation about $1 million loan for your business. You said I wouldn't take $1 million loan for my business. Would you explain that to the people, because you have your beliefs is you don't want to take any debt on for your business. Talk to the people about that.
Absolutely. You know, with Commissioned Affiliates Records, we are operating as a debt-free company, totally debt-free. And my principle behind that is Proverbs 22:7. It says the borrower is slave to the lender.
Wow.
And so anytime you borrow, you know, even money or finances, it puts you in that slave relationship. And I don't want this company. I want to be able to go places and be free to minister, you know, and share Jesus Christ without the burden of having to owe anybody.
That's phenomenal. That's a true belief to have, is not to put that burden on yourself as the CEO of a company. Now, with the would you talk to the people? I know you have several albums, Ready to Live.
Ready to Live.
I'm Still Here.
I'm Still Here, yeah.
Legacy. Legacy continues. And what's the fifth album?
The fifth album coming out is called I've Been Changed.
I've Been Changed. Talk about the album a little bit. You know, we talking about business and living a cash-only life. I've been changed. You recently became debt-free, so you absolutely had some results.
Definitely, it's definitely a part of it. I've been changed. It's not talking about the initial salvation where I've accepted Jesus Christ into my life. It's mainly talking about my relationship with Him, a maturity in my relationship with Him.
Wow.
Being debt-free is part of that. My relationship with Him, how I communicate with Him is definitely a part of it. The music itself, the sound, the tone of my voice throughout the album is unlike any other of my previous projects. It's just a change overall, what He's doing, shifting in my life. And it's also primarily, I'm to a point in my life where I really don't care what anyone else thinks about me. I'm sold out for God, because I've been in some crucial situations, and I know that He's the only one that's truly for me. And so in the past, I may have wondered or inquired, well, how people think, what are they going to think about this? Now I'm just doing music freely, doing it unto Him, free, not just debt free, but free to just glorify Him, lift Him up, share my story, and give Him glory.
And that's a part of being wealthy, when you don't care what other people think about you.
Exactly.
You have that freedom to be creative.
Exactly.
But I was at one of your shows recently, and you said something about being an eagle.
Yeah.
And it's time to fly.
Yeah.
Would you elaborate on that more? Because I wanted to get that on recording, on tape, because when I heard you say it, in my mind, I just started seeing eagles flying, and I was like, wow, a lot of people need to, I wish more people was here to hear that message. Would you talk about that, being that eagle and it's time to fly?
All of us have some type of dream, whether it started as a young man or young lady. You have some type of dream or passion. And sometimes we can just go through life, get stuck on a 9 to 5, and it's almost like staying in the nest. And I reference that to being a little baby eagle. And it's almost like staying in the nest. And it takes a leap of faith to jump out and to pursue your dream. It doesn't mean just quit your job right away. It simply means take steps towards it. Again, writing and having a plan. That's definitely a part of it. So being an eagle, don't be afraid to fly. That's really been in my spirit, in my heart. Don't be afraid to fly with the record label. And this is a dream of mine. Don't be afraid to fly, take it off, and grow.
Wow, and that eagle, starting off as a baby eagle, it takes some growth and development.
It does.
About the books you read, the things you listen to, and the people you associate with. I'm not sure if it's your first or second album, You said I'm an eagle and I fly too high. I don't hang with pigeons because I fly
That's
too high.
the first album. Yep.
That's the first album.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I'm probably his music is stuck and ingrained. That's how much I listen to.
You got it though.
I'm probably show favoritism because you're the only artist I do listen to. But it's so much wisdom within those lyrics that you're talking about. It's not just music to me. It's something that I can grab a piece of wisdom from it. But with developing and becoming that eagle, starting off as that baby, you know, it was a process.
Definitely.
It took time until you got those wings and were able to fly.
Yeah.
Because when you first started out, Commission Affiliates was not a debt-free company
Not
at
at
first.
all.
The first time.
We were surrounded in debt.
First album, Surrounded in Debt.
Yeah.
Saying you're ready to live, but
Yeah.
you was in debt.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
And then the second album, Still Here.
Yeah.
Still in debt.
And I'll just be transparent a little bit. You know, just I'll tell you the freedom that comes with being debt free, and the principles that you share and your company shares is so valuable, so necessary to the marketplace and to the world. Because you know, just sharing myself personally, I was in debt. You know, I do gospel and I minister gospel rap music. There was a time where I did a concert and I didn't have all the money to pay some of the people that were working with me.
Wow.
You know, I was in debt even in the fact of I'm doing a concert on stage and in my mind saying, hey, I have to sell this many CDs in order to pay, you know, pay the band, pay, you know, the various people that were with me. So the principles that you teach us, that's why I'm so excited about it, because it's necessary and it'll change your life.
Wow. So you up there performing, pouring your heart out.
Pouring my heart
but
out.
in the back of your mind, you're like, how I'm going to pay this drummer.
Exactly.
Wow. So the third album, Legacy.
Yeah.
Phenomenal album. Legacy Continues. The album, is it Legacy or Legacy Continue, where you talk about your unborn son?
Legacy Continued is the album where I talk about my unborn son.
That is such a phenomenal song
Thank
about
you.
your unborn. I just call it as casting a vision out there.
Yeah.
You know, you put that vision forth.
Yeah.
And living a cash-only lifestyle, you got to have the vision
You have to.
of seeing yourself debt-free.
You have
and
to.
you created that song, My Unborn. You were saying a message to your unborn son. You was casting a vision. You was writing a vision. So when your son hears that song, when he's here on earth, you actually left a legacy for him.
That's powerful. Yeah.
You actually, in so many, you know, songs, this is how the story goes.
Very phenomenal. Hear the words,
The legacy is so many songs that you got. I don't know if you listen to them as much as other people listen to them, but and gravitate towards it. But there's some great principles in there, and I encourage everyone that's listening to the CD now. Don't just think Surreal is about the cash only song.
Nah.
I want you to go buy his record label, the online. Could you give me
the website www.carecordsonline.com.
Okay, that's www.carecordsonline. That's an S on the back of records.
Yes,
correct?
sir. Yes, sir.
Make sure you pick up a copy of the Ready to Live, I'm Still Here, Legacy Continues, and the fifth album, I've Been Changed. Make sure you pick those information up because you can see the progression. He's on his fifth album. He's been changed. He's debt free. Now, in the Cash Only Company, we look forward to helping 1 million families earn financial freedom. Stop by the website of www.cashonlyproductions.com and register for the Cash Only community so you can receive newsletters. You can receive the quarterly MP3 files, and you can also receive discounts on any speaking engagements we have. We currently are touring North America, doing speaking engagements in different venues, also in churches as well, just sharing the message of the Cash Only Productions organization. I'm very fortunate to be associated with a company like this and appreciate your time. Is there any last words would you like to share with the people, sir?
Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, Cash Only Productions. Listen, you know, take heed. You know, those of you out there listening, you're having difficulties in your finances, take heed. This is some valuable information that will change your life. It'll change not just your life, but even as I've been put out albums called Legacy, as Hashim mentioned previously. You leave a true legacy when you prepare yourself financially. It's not just about you, it's about your seeds.
Absolutely.
So let's leave a legacy. Let's change our finances. Let's change our generations.
Absolutely, and there's no more need to be said. So we look forward to hearing from you. We appreciate you actually investing in the Cash Only theme song, and we wanted to give you additional information because you invested in a company. In order to grow in life and to progress in life, you have to make that investment. And you made an investment in purchasing a song and partnering with the Cash Only community. So we look forward to hearing from you. God bless you and have yourself a great evening or day, whatever time of the day it is. Just have a great one.